Hey, IHONORME community, welcome to week 3 of Building After the Storm. Week 3, we are doing love, self-love is what we're doing on week 3. It is Building After the Storm, IHONORME through self-love. So come in. Thank you so much for being here on TikTok and on YouTube. We are live. Please put a heart in the chat and let me know that you guys can hear me. Okay, I have a mic on, and so I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay on TikTok and on YouTube. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining the live. I appreciate you guys being here. I am just doing something really quick on YouTube, and then I'm going to get into it so we can get back to our normal live things that we have to get to. But I just wanted to show up. I told you guys, thank you for being here, that I was doing this, committing to being on for the 6 weeks of the I Honor Me Building After the Storm, doing the Pillars of I Honor Me. And I think when anytime you, hi, Akra, how you doing? I think anytime you make a commitment to showing up, you're challenged on if you're actually going to do it, whatever shows up in your life. It's not like you're actually going to go live, or you actually commit to doing things. Hey, Valena, thank you, sister, for joining. It is, are you actually going to show up? And so, the challenge is, I think that I Honor Me is something. It's a daily commitment. I say, it's a daily commitment. Thank you so much, love, for all of us on the live. I think you're challenged on, are you actually going to show up? Are you actually going to do it no matter what's going on? And so, yes, I am committed and I'm here. So, for those who don't know, my name is Gregory. I am the founder and empowerment and honor coach behind I Honor Me, where we teach you how to build from life's hardest moments through healing, truth, and personal power. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have been with me all 3 weeks, thank you for staying and coming back. And if you are new here, thank you for joining us on tonight. This again is week 3 of our 6-week series, Building After the Storm. And so far we've been over self-awareness, self-forgiveness. Tonight we're diving into the heartbeat of I Honor Me, which is self-love. And I have been doing a lot of that exploration over this season of going through the pillars of I Honor Me. So I don't want you to wait until you're healed to think that you're worthy of your own love. I think that is something that is not taught about self love, and you made a post earlier that it goes beyond the bath, and we'll get there. But you don't have to be healed to receive. Hey, Prophet Trey, thank you for joining. To receive your own love, and people will tell you you're not healed, or you're not enough, or maybe after you do this and that, then you can deserve your own love. But that's not true. Is that good, sister? Is that good? I don't know if I sound good or not. Let me know if I need to take off the mic. I can. Thank you, Diane, for joining. Thank you, David. Thank you, everybody that's on there. If you guys can hear me, okay, put a heart in the chat for me, please, because hey, Kimberly, thank you for joining on YouTube. Let me know you guys can hear me, okay, because I got different mics. I'm testing different things out, so just let me know. But again, we're on week 3 of I Honor Me, building through the pillars. And so we're doing self love on tonight. Thank you, sweetheart. It's so good to see you. Thank you for joining. I appreciate the love. Okay, thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. And so, yes, again, we're live on YouTube and on TikTok. And thank you guys for showing up. We're going to get into self love, because I Honor Me means I no longer beg others for what I should be giving myself, right? I'm no longer looking for others to give words of affirmation, love, all of the above that I can give myself. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. So this week it hits home. I feel like every week hits home for me, which is what's so exciting doing this, because I'm like, man, this speaks to me first before it speaks to anybody else. It really does. And so loving myself, and I'm sure that if we're honest, and I'm honest on this platform, loving myself has not always come easy. Uh, okay, let me try without the mic on TikTok. Hold on. Okay, I just disconnected the mic. Let me know if that sounds better on TikTok. Um, Loving myself has not always come naturally, especially when I felt broken, rejected, or like I wasn't measuring up. Um, there were seasons where I gave everyone else love, grace, and understanding, but withheld it from myself. How many of you guys can attest to doing the same thing? Sound good? Okay, I'll keep uh, that there have been seasons in your life where you did not show yourself love because you were broken, felt rejected, felt like you didn't deserve it. There were seasons where I gave everyone else the love, grace, understanding, and didn't give it to myself. As a matter of fact, I remember somebody, one of my trusted friends, said to me, something that kind of shook me because I was like, no, I didn't think that to be true. But she's like, I think you have low self esteem, and I was like, I don't think so. And she's like, no, I think you do. And I knew she wasn't saying it from a place of being mean, evil, or trying to break me down or anything like that. But she just said, when it comes to grace, loving, taking care of, whatever, you do that for everybody else. Like some of the stuff that, if she would tell me that somebody said something to her or treat her a certain way, I would be ready to be like, all right, it's on. Like, let me deal with it. I'll go talk to this person, whatever. She's like, but when it comes to you, you're not always the same way. You allow certain things to happen to you that you would be furious if I allowed it, and you would be on me. And so I sat with that, and again, I'm a researcher, so I did research on really what that meant, and it can happen, and it does stem from life experiences, traumas, dramas, PTSD, just life experiences can cause you to develop lack of self love, and but you give it to everybody else, and you can give it to everybody else freely, but you put yourself on the back burner. Um, and so there were also times that I sit in the mirror and only saw my flaws, times where I kept myself busy so I wouldn't sit in the pain. So, I said last week that there are times where you have to do the mirror talk, and 2 weeks ago, where you look at yourself and say, man, girl, you are gorgeous. You are beautiful, girl. You did that. Like, I used to think that talking highly of myself, if somebody heard me, they would think I was cocky or that I was conceited. Because people think that anyways, right? People are going to think what they want to think because of the way I carry myself. And so I used to think, oh no, I have to wait for somebody else to compliment me or give me my flowers or say something nice. I can't say it to myself. And I also taught myself that it would be easier for me to criticize myself. So when somebody else did it, it'd be easier for me to take the blow. It'd be easier for me to, and that's absolutely correct. And it led to other things that were not good when it came to loving myself, right? And so I also kept myself very busy. Those of us that are very strong, independent women, we know what that looks like. Being so busy, trying to avoid the pain, avoid the noise, avoid what's really going on. I used to think that self love was something that I had to earn. And again, that me feeling like I had to earn it was based on being told that, based on certain relationships, based on certain responses from people, based on conditional relationships, right? And so I felt like I had to earn it, or be perfect, or cross every T and dot every I before I was worthy of whatever I was needing, requesting, uh, feeling like was for me. And that's actually not true. The more broken I felt, the more I needed my own love, not somebody else's like I thought. I actually needed my own love. And I'm still learning to love myself even when I mess up, even when I'm exhausted, when I don't feel like I'm enough, when things don't work out how I have planned. Because listen, I'm gonna be honest. Tonight has it was kind of a push. Again, every night over these last 3 weeks that I've gone live has been a little because this definitely hits home. I told you guys when we went, I am going through this not from the mountaintop. I'm not talking to you guys from the mountaintop. I'm not talking to you guys, not sharing and being real and raw and authentic about my story. No, literally in the middle of going through my storm. And so when you're in the middle of going through your storm, it is hard to show up for yourself and it is hard to show up for others. And so, saying, "Oh, I don't have to go live," even though I committed to doing it. It's very easy again for us to not keep our commitments to ourselves. It's very easy to, and that's what I said last week. We have to do these small promises and to build that trust with ourselves when we're going through self forgiveness. We have to get back into a space where we keep our commitment to ourselves. We keep our word to ourselves. It's very important. Um, but tonight was a push, and it was a push because some things I feel should be panning out or do this or happen, whatever. It doesn't seem like it's happening. So what is easy to do? It'd be like, forget it. I'm not gonna go live. Forget. I'm not gonna keep my commitment. But you can't do that. You know, me doing this is for me first, and it's also for the I Honor Me community. And so you have to realize that you can still show up for you even when you're not fully healed or in a place that somebody would deem that you should be doing something like this, right? I want you to know that I am still figuring things out. And I realize that I'm doing, and I tell myself, girl, you're doing a phenomenal job. I'm in the building stage. When you're building, if you've ever built anything, whether that be furniture, whether that be a house, I love building furniture, and I've been building lots of furniture. And there are times, even reading the instructions, some instructions are not clear. I might put something on wrong or put it on the wrong side. But I give myself grace for that because I'm like, I've never built this item before. And even building a house, you can build a house and have contractors and have stuff that it doesn't always go right. But you have to allow that space and that understanding. Hey, I'm building, and when you're building, sometimes things don't go as planned. Things aren't always perfect, and that is okay. Thank you, Elliot, for being on. Thank you, Eric. Thank you guys so much for joining me on TikTok. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for the follows and shares on tonight's live. We're talking about self love. Thank you, everybody on YouTube. If you guys can hear me okay, please put a heart. Let's do a yellow heart in the chat so I know you guys can hear me both on TikTok and YouTube. And if what I'm saying is hitting home for you, let's talk tonight. I'm not just teaching. We're a community. So let's talk. We are practicing self love together without conditions, without shame. I am in a space where I am not waiting to show myself love based on somebody else showing me love. I am not doing anything out of shame. I'm working on the things going in and out. That is crazy. Okay, hold on. YouTube, let me put my mic on YouTube. Hold on one second. Okay, YouTube, I have my mic in. So let me know if the sound is on YouTube, please. Just let me know if it's any better. TikTok, you guys can still hear me. Thank you guys for being on TikTok. I appreciate it. But I have my mic on. Um, Hopefully that fixed the sound issues on YouTube. Um, hey, Deshaun, thank you for being on. Oh, did I make you? Let me see if I make her moderator. She's moderator. Hopefully that fixed the noise, the sound on YouTube. If not, let me know, and I'll try to figure out why it's going in and out. I'm gonna get this out today, though. So before I go too much further, just a reminder: get your journal if you have not gotten your journal already for the I Honor Me series. It's free. Just go to IHonorMe.store and you can download the free journal for this 6 week series. It follows each week with specific things. Okay, good. Good. Thank you, Kimberly. So please go download that journal. It's free. I'm doing well. Thank you so much, Sean. And so use that for during here to take notes after, there's things that we do during the week until we meet again. So please go get that journal. It's free, or use a journal that you have to take notes. So what is self-love and why it matters? Again, I like to get to understand the definition of things and again, so that way you are able to navigate better, right? We oftentimes people assume You know what self love is. You know what honor is. You know what, and you might, but you might not understand it from the capacity that I'm speaking from, or you might have a different view of things. So self love isn't just about bubble baths or a spa day. It's how you talk to yourself in the dark. How do you talk to yourself in the dark? How do you talk to yourself when you're alone? How do you talk to yourself when nobody else is around? How do you talk to yourself in the mirror? When it's just you and yourself. How do you talk to yourself? It's how you hold yourself when no one else understands you. It's the practice of choosing you not once, but every single day. Hey, thank you, Prince King, for being on TikTok. Um, and I honor me. Self love is about coming home to yourself. This is what we've been talking about this whole time. It's about coming home to yourself, your needs, your body, your truth, and finally saying, I am worthy of my own tenderness. Without self love, we accept what harms us because we haven't yet embraced what heals us. We accept what harms us because we haven't yet embraced what heals us. Oh, hey, Adrian, not my nephew. Hey, Adrian. So, um, that's why self love is so important because it's you coming back home to your own needs, to your body, to your truth, and finally saying you're worthy of your own tenderness. Listen, I I have had ups and downs with even self image, and I think I take uh, my appearance very as a high level. I've always not wanted to ever let myself go. No matter when I was fat and over 50 pounds heavier than what I am now, when I was not in a healthy state, because I was not loving myself, because it was all a part of just the space that I was in. I was not loving my body. I was not able to look at myself in the mirror. I was not, loving myself in the capacity that I should. And I was not feeling, especially at that point when I was not healthy and I was overweight, I did not feel worthy of my own love and tenderness. But because of that, then we start to accept what harms us, right? Because it's easier and it's comfort. Um, we accept what harms us because we haven't yet embraced what heals us. So you already know I'm going to do 3 key points. Key point one. Self love is a daily practice, not a feeling. Some days you will not feel lovable. Like you feel like I am not lovable. That's exactly when you have to practice self love anyway. Self love is a discipline, not a mood. You can't say, I'm not in the mood to love myself. Scratch that. It's not optional. Right? Self love is a discipline, not a mood. So ask yourself, when was the last time you showed yourself love without needing a reason? Not because you accomplished something, but because you exist. I am a type of person that does checklists, that likes, um, calendars, planners, all the above, right? And I like checking off stuff. And there are sometimes where I have been like, okay, after I do this, then I can have this, or then I deserve this, then I can reward myself. There, and again, I want to be so I'm real, raw, and authentic. I was in a past relationship, and I told myself after that relationship that I would rather be with somebody that could provide something that money couldn't buy. And I thought I had to pick one or the other. I thought I had to say, I thought I had to, I couldn't have both. And I have learned now that not only do I deserve all the above, I don't have to have one or the other. I don't have to say this or that. No, I can say this is what I deserve, this is what I want, and this is what I will have, right? I don't have to wait till I have a checklist and say, oh, well, you deserve this, or you deserve this. If you cross every T and you're a perfect, no, no. Hey, Nina, thank you for joining my YouTube. Um, Yeah, it's a hard reality, right? Because the world teaches you things, the church teaches you things, people teach you things, and you think you have to be perfect in order to get what you want and deserve and what you know you need. And it's like, no, I should not have to be perfect, or you're gonna withhold love, you're gonna withhold whatever because I'm not crossing every T and dotting every I, and and you're not doing it just because of who I am and that I exist, oh, you're crazy. So I want you to type in the chat that I am worthy just because. Type in the chat, I am worthy just because. I think that is so important to say because I don't have to have a laundry list of making you believe that I am worthy. I just am, whether you believe it or not. I am worthy just because. So, what I want to encourage you to do with this key point is I want you to make a list of 10 things that make you feel cared for, grounded, and emotionally safe. So, I'm going to give you examples because I love examples. So, what would make you feel self love and safe, grounded, emotionally safe? How about saying no to things that drain you? We talked about this last week. Thank you. Thank you, Adrian. We talked about this last week. Saying something that drains you. If it's draining, it's a no. Like, and there doesn't have to be an explanation. And that is a great form of saying, of showing yourself self love. Saying no. If it drains me, I'm not doing it. Right? Rest without guilt. I should be able to rest without feeling guilty. I've had to retrain my thinking, and again, it's come from what was being taught. But I used to be told, you'll rest, when you're no longer alive. So I used to think that, okay, I have to be depleted. I have to be working on fumes, getting only a couple hours of sleep so I can accomplish everything that I'm technically supposed to accomplish. And I shouldn't be resting because rest means you're lazy. And it's I don't know what's going on YouTube. I'm so sorry, guys, if it keeps freezing. So I am on TikTok as well at IHONORME if YouTube wants to keep acting crazy. But rest, you should not feel guilty for resting. Resting is important. Your body needs it. It's a part of your health. It's a part of wellness. And I say it all the time. You guys know I'm a nurse. If you don't rest, your body will make you rest. Period. So don't put yourself in a position where your body makes you have to get rest. I encourage you to rest without guilt. Dance or cry to your favorite song. Write yourself a love note. Buy yourself flowers. Don't wait for somebody to buy you flowers. Walk outside barefoot and breathe deeply and take in nature and enjoy the sounds of nature, the beauty of the outdoors, the scents, all the above. Those are things that you can do to help you feel grounded and emotionally safe. It's funny because I had a meeting today and that was one of the questions I was asked, like when I feel overwhelmed, what do I do? And I said, I'm a music person. I love listening to music. I listen to music at all my jobs. I don't care what job I've had. And the place that I'm at right now, I deal with a lot of patients for procedures, and I have music. And I love listening to music. And I actually have had patients more recently constantly talk about like your music is really like helpful. It's distracting. I'm not sitting there in my thoughts. I'm listening. I'm trying to listen to what song. And then some of them even can say what the music is and who the artist is. And it's like, okay, you know, it's healing. So I told her I listen to music. I listen, and depending on how I feel, I listen to certain things to help ground me, refocus me. I take a break. I step out. I do what I need to do to reground myself. Um, I don't want you to overthink it. Your love does not need to be fancy. It just needs to be consistent. And I love that because I sometimes I overthink, and you can't overthink, but you don't need to overthink loving yourself. We do it so naturally for other people. If you're a mom, if you're a sibling, a daughter, aunt, whatever you are, like we do it for others so easy. But when it comes to ourselves, we don't do it as easily, right? And so don't overthink it. But your love, it doesn't have to be, you know, spending thousands of dollars every day to prove that you love yourself. No, you just have to be consistent. You could even look in the mirror and say, I love myself. And hearing yourself say that is very beneficial. So key point two, loving yourself will cost you some people. Now, this is interesting because I'm going to share my truth for this about what that looks like. So the moment you stop retraining yourself to stay connected to others, your circle will shift. And that is real time what I've experienced, right? The moment I stopped returning myself to stay connected to others, my circle completely shifted, completely changed. And I knew it was going to happen, but knowing it was going to happen, and actually when it happened, I kind of was like, "Yo, what is this?" Um, okay, so this is where I am, and I'm gonna get to why I said that. Self love creates boundaries, and not everyone benefits from your healing, and that's sometimes a hard pill to swallow. You want to be able to heal and keep people on the same journey with you, but they can't go with you because they were a part of how you were healed. So although we want to take people with us, or we want to maintain certain relationships or certain circles when other relationships end, you really can't because they were the stumbling block, or they were a part of you not honoring yourself, and they were the barrier to your healing. So answer me this: have you ever lost a friendship, relationship, or opportunity because you finally chose yourself? This is what we call grief and growth at the same time. Grief and growth at the same time means that healing and hurting can coexist. And that's something that I've been kind of like dealing with this week. When you choose yourself, you may feel sadness over who or what you had to let go of, but also peace and pride in what you are becoming from what you chose. And literally this week, I had a dream that kind of like put me in not a good space. And the dream consisted of some people that were previously in my life that I had to shift my connection with them, right? Because I ended relationships, and so I had to shift. And I knew that those other relationships that were kind of involved could no longer exist. And so this week, having the dream that I did, it was difficult because I'm like, yo, I'm not just grieving my marriage and grieving that relationship. No, I'm also grieving other friendships and other relationships that were there. And that's hard because I'm like, at the same time, I'm grieving. I'm also feeling like it says, like I'm growing. I've been growing and I've been doing different things um, in order to. Sorry about that, guys. I have to decline somebody. Um, you know, I didn't expect. Sometimes you feel like you're over something, or you're past it, or you already grieved it, and whatever, and you're like, all right, I'm good. But then a dream hits, a scent hits, a memory hits, and you're like, oh yeah, no, no, no. I'm still growing, but I'm still grieving, and it coexists together. Um, you might grieve a friendship that ended because you stopped shrinking to keep peace. You might grow stronger in confidence, but still feel lonely at times. Both are valid, and both are part of your healing, right? It's okay. I want you to understand it is okay to miss someone and still know it's time to move. And what you probably miss is it might be that era or that time of life, or moment. It's okay. You can feel the hurt, the heartbreak that you had, um, but know that wholeness is it can be in the same season, and that's kind of what healing looks like. The thing about healing and going through grief is not linear. Again, there are some days where I feel like, all right, I'm cool, I'm good, I'm coasting. And there are other days where I'm just like, I don't even feel like I can get out of bed. Like, what are we really doing here? And so, yes, um, during this building after the storm, there has been a lot of ending of friendships and relationships where I am no longer sacrificing, or I know that maintaining these relationships do not serve my healing, does not serve my growth, does not serve, what I'm building. And that's okay. You can feel grief and growth at the same time. And it's okay to be someone and still know it's time to move on. It's okay. Um, and if that resonates with you, put in the chat, I'm choosing me anyway. Because I think that's important. To still choose despite what's going on. So key point three, you are the first example to love you. So what do I mean? We teach others how to treat us. And that is something that it took a very long time to understand. Um, why somebody might have felt okay to treat me a certain way, and why they might have been cool, like being disrespectful and whatever. And it was a twofold for me. Number one, I felt like other people allowed it and taught people how to treat me, but also I allowed it because I taught them um, how to treat me because we teach people how they can treat us. Self love sets the tone for every relationship we have. And I didn't realize that. I didn't know that self love and how I love myself or lack thereof was going to teach other people around me how to love me or not, or how to disrespect me. I didn't realize that. What are you currently tolerating that's out of alignment with someone who loves and honors themselves? What are you currently tolerating? And it could be as simple as a relationship. It could be as simple as still staying friends with somebody for the sake of not hurting feelings. Um, saying yes when you should say no to things. What are you currently tolerating that is out of alignment with someone who loves and honors themselves? And then I want you to type in the chat, I deserve better from me. You deserve better. And it's okay to say you deserve better. So we kind of talked about this last week, the red flags awareness. And so I want to kind of change not red flags for other people. I want you to kind of look at a red flag for yourself. So red flag meaning whenever you catch self criticism, I want you to stop it. Like when you're like, oh, you know, I'm not lovable, or I'm overweight, or I have scars on my face, or because let me tell you, going through what I'm going through, the level of physical changes that I have seen, I don't even recognize it. And so there are times where I could be self-critical, like, what do we got going on here? Like this has never been something I've experienced. But then you have to catch yourself and and, and interrupt those patterns and say that's not love. Me looking at myself and criticizing and saying, "Oh, you've got these bumps, you got these dark marks, or you gained weight, or you lost weight, or you know." You have to interrupt that and say that's not love. I'm going to honor myself. You know why you need to honor yourself in this moment? Because you have survived at that time that is happening. I don't care what your body looks like. You have survived everything that was meant to hurt you, everything that was meant to take you out, everything that was meant to destroy you. At that moment that you feel all these things, you need to honor yourself. You need to honor your body for surviving that time, surviving that period. You need to say no. That's not loving myself. I'm going to stop. I'm going to honor myself, and I'm going to say, even here, even in this moment, I'm going to honor me because, girl, you survived. You survived, and you did a very good job. And uh, when you think of even wartime and people being in war in the military, and if you know me, then you know my background. But you know, yeah, even surgery. We'll even talk about it from a medical perspective. You have surgery. There's a scar, right? There's things that show that hey, I've experienced this or I went through this, and that is okay. That does not mean something's wrong with you. You need to love all those parts of you. Those are your survival, uh, signs that says, you know what? No, no, I survived, and I deserve to honor myself for surviving. I deserve to honor and love myself because I got through it. Even if you're still getting through it, you still deserve it, right? And so you have to rewrite the self talk through the lens of love. You have to start loving yourself and saying, and interrupting, stop the red flag, say, no, it's not. Self criticism is not honoring you. Again, I used to think that if I criticize myself first, hey, it sets me up for uh, being able to take it from other people. But all that actually does is it's this cycle of, again, showing people how to treat you or love you. And that means it's conditional, right? And we don't want to do that. So this week's assignment, last week's assignment, we did the I forgive myself for every day. This week, I want to challenge you guys for 5 days. Do one intentional act of love for yourself each day, and then I want you to journal what I did. I give myself today that I used to. What did I give myself today that I used to wait from others? And so I'm gonna give you some ideas because I love to give ideas on how you can practice self-love for yourself each day and kind of rewire, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to honor yourself daily, is by rewiring your thinking, right? And so you have to, really do that self-talk of like, what did I used to wait for others that I never gave myself, right? And so we'll start with love. Um, you could tell yourself that you're beautiful. I just said it on here. Tell yourself, I'm beautiful, and and be assured of that, and not feel like you have to wait to hear that from somebody else. You don't need to hear it from somebody else. People say it to me all the time, which is fine, and I appreciate that. I love that. But the most important person to hear that from is myself. The most important person that you need to hear from when it comes to love is yourself. So you need to say it for yourself. Somebody else saying it, that's just a benefit. That's a bonus. Thank you. And I appreciate that. But I need to hear my own voice say, you are absolutely beautiful. You are absolutely gorgeous. You are absolutely wonderful. You are enough. Affection. You can give yourself a long hug in the mirror, cry, feel whatever without feeling shame. And I used to think that that was kind of a wild practice, like to hug yourself, but it actually works and it actually is good. My love language is self touch, one of them. And hugging yourself, your body doesn't know really like who it's coming from. You can hug yourself and it actually works. It gives your body the same things that you need. So you can show yourself affection by giving yourself a hug this week. Validation. You can celebrate your small wins without waiting for anybody else to notice, right? I don't need somebody else to tell me, good job for, you know, um, getting your rest this week. Good job for making sure you leave at a certain time. I don't need that validation from everybody else. Again, anybody else doing it is extra, but the validation needs to start with myself. I'm going to celebrate my small wins. I'm going to celebrate, hey, that I cleaned up or I committed to myself and did this. I'm going to celebrate my small wins. Time. I didn't rush today. I gave myself the rest I needed. This week I get up really early for work. And so there are times where I want to stay up late, but I say, no, I am going to, my time is better served taking the rest I needed now, so that way I can function and perform at the level of capacity I need to the next day. Forgiveness. I didn't beat myself up for not finishing everything. I gave myself grace. Again, you have to show yourself grace, right? You have to show yourself grace when you're going through the forgiveness process, and not beat yourself up over stuff. You're not going to be perfect every day, right? Um, but if you don't finish your task, I'm a big task person. I love checklists, and there are times where, Monday, for example, I kind of had things I wanted to get done on Monday that didn't get done. And you know what? I even talked to my mom. She was like, it's okay. It's okay that you just didn't get done. And I'm like, you're right. It is okay. It is okay. I have to give myself grace and say, you know what? Today it just didn't happen. That is okay. Right? Comfort. I cooked myself a warm meal and ate without distractions. I'm so big on eating at the table, um, home cooked meals, because I think it does something for us. That's how I grew up, right? So not only is it nostalgic, and that's how my mom did things, we got food at home, right? But there's a level of comfort of doing that for myself, cooking for myself, feeding myself, nourishing my body. Yes, there are times I get fast food. I've been on Freddy's for a while, and that's fine. However, there's a difference in a level of gratification, satisfaction, proud feeling that I have when I cook for myself, or I eat a meal, and then I sit and I eat it at the table, and I'm not sitting in front of the TV, because then that allows me to just reflect, right? Sometimes we can be so distracted with everything else that we don't allow ourselves to sit in comfort. Attention, logging off of social media early, just or taking a break from social media, just to breathe and just to regroup. Sometimes, again, social media being a lie. People put on social media what they want you to see. They don't really tell you the true Hollywood story of what's going on. They freedom through music. And so, sometimes, yeah, you do need to take your attention away and just log off for a good 20 minutes or so, and that's okay. And support. This is a good one for me, because I think it's important to do this. And I think when you're not, thank you so much for the roses, brother. When you're an independent person or a person that is used to doing things on their own, you don't always ask for support. But I've learned in this season of building after the storm, in the middle of the storm, that you have to ask for what you need sometimes. And to ask for support and tell somebody you need support, that's okay. And that's a form of honoring yourself, right? And so, in the form of support, you could ask a trusted friend, a family member, a sibling, hey, right now, I need you to kind of check on me, and check in with me a little more than maybe what we've done before. And that is okay. Something I used to be afraid to do or feel like I'm a burden, and every time I've asked somebody or told somebody, hey, I'm gonna be honest and tell you how I'm really feeling or what's going on. Yeah, especially my siblings are like, I appreciate your honesty, and then they say no, if that's real, and then they pour into me, and I'm like, man, how many times have I tried to just fend for myself or just ignore, or be like, I'll get through it. No, it is okay to say I need some extra support right now. That's a form of honoring yourself, right? You don't have to do it all by yourself. You've spent years waiting on others to meet your needs. I've done it. I'm speaking from my own experience. I have waited for others to meet my needs, but now it is my season to meet my own needs and to honor myself in the process. And by doing this, again, I'm going to teach others, other relationships that I have, and other, situations that I'm in. No, you're going to just be an addition, because I'm not waiting for you to meet those needs. I have already established that with myself. So when you hear people on YouTube and TikTok, when you hear the phrase "I honor me," what is something that comes to your mind? All right, let's chat for a little bit. We kind of did our talk, and we're going to get to our self love affirmations. But when you hear "I honor me," put in the chat to me. What does that mean to you? I honor me. What's the first thing that you think of? It could be an image. It could be a memory. It can be something. Um, what do you think of when you hear "I honor me"? Tell me something that you think of. And while you think of what that is, I'll tell you, when I hear I honor me, it's almost like um, a snapping of like, hey, get it together. Hey, snap out of it. Hey, are you honoring yourself? It's a major reminder, because when I hear I honor me, then I start going through the pillars of what I honor me is. I start thinking about my word of honor. I start thinking about um, whatever's going on at that moment. Is this an honoring situation? Do I need to take an honor pause or not? So when I hear I honor me, it is a very quick mind shift reminder, and it shifts my mind. It shifts my thinking. It shifts whatever I'm experiencing at that moment. So in the chat, tell me when you hear I honor me, what image do you see? What comes up for you? Again, for me, it's a shifting. It's a snapping out of it. It's a reminder. It's a let me go through the phases. Let me figure out what that is in this moment. Why is that coming up? And again, when I Honor Me came to me, it was when I was on a nursing assignment, not honoring myself, drained, tired, exhausted, and not honoring my body and taking care of my patients, but not taking care of myself. I wasn't eating. I wasn't drinking water as I should. I had to go to the bathroom, and I was holding it because I was like, no, I got to take care of my patients. And in that moment, that's when God gave me I Honor Me. And he was like, no, you need to go honor yourself. And so for me, I Honor Me is a shifting tool. It's a reminder. It's a yeah, I think it's a shifting for me. It's a major shifting for me. So let me know what I Honor Me when you hear that. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? I honor me. And while you guys put it in the chat, I'm gonna drink a little water. It's a mental switch, and I've become a part. Man, that's so good. It's a mental switch, and that's how I feel like it is for me. It's like again, it's like a hey, a snap. Like hey, I honor me, and then I start going through again the phases. Am I honoring myself? Is this an honor situation? Is this decision honoring me, or is it draining me? I love that. It's a mental switch. It is. And I'm telling you, I feel like if more people understood I honor me, if more people were committed to um, uh, I honor me and honoring themselves, man, I think it would shift so many people's lives, perspectives, their situations, what they're experiencing, what they're going through. I think it would be such a switch for people. Um, and so, yeah, thank you for that, brother. It's an opportunity to love myself. It is. It's like I feel oftentimes we don't give ourselves permission to love ourselves. And again, we pour it out, we give it to everybody else, we honor people, we honor our parents, we honor people with titles and all this stuff. But when it comes to us, yo, it's like no. And so yeah, I honor me is like the permission, the segue, the gateway, the key, right? I honor me is the key to loving yourself. It's the key to self forgiveness. It's the key to self awareness. It's the key to self worth. It's the key to the I honor me pillars. It really is. Um, and so, yes, thank you so much. Well, guys, tonight was great. It's what I needed. It was a push for me. I'm committed to the I Honor Me community. I'm committed to loving myself. I'm committed to showing up, regardless of who shows up or not. I'm doing this for me. I'm walking through this storm. I'm building, and I'm going to show up for myself. And so, we're going to do the I Honor Me affirmations for self love, and then we're going to get out of here again. Remember, if you don't have the journal, go to IHONORME.store and get your free journal. It's free. It's easy to get. It's downloadable. You can print it. You can do it electronically, whatever you guys want. It's great. So we're going to do the IHONORME affirmations, and then we're going to get out of here. So I'm going to say the affirmations. You repeat it after me, and we're going to go, guys. So I honor me by loving myself loud, even when others fall silent. Yeah. I honor me by loving myself loud, even when others fall silent. They can stay silent. I'm going to love myself out loud. Yeah. I honor me by showing up for my needs without apology. I honor me by protecting my peace, not just chasing connection. I'm going to chase connection with myself over chasing connection with anybody else in this season. I honor me by celebrating who I am, not what I achieve. I honor me by being kind to my reflection and my spirit. I honor me by choosing myself over my patterns. I honor me. Yeah, I like those. Those are good. Those are good. So tonight we talked about the power of self-love, the core of healing, and the soul of I honor me. This week I want you to do 5 days of self-love, daily journaling. Next week we're talking about self-worth, guys. We are talking about self-worth. So again, go to the website, get the journal. We will be back here next week. Stay committed to loving yourself. Don't wait for other people to love you. Don't wait till you feel healed to honor yourself. Self love is the key. And remember that the way you love yourself, the way you honor yourself, that is how you teach others how to love and honor you. So, yes. Hey, brother, I might have you on next week. Don't tempt me with a good time. Because self worth. Before we go, because I want to say that self worth is I am at a place where I literally feel a shift in myself with my self worth, right? And today at my meeting, I was I was asked, so how would this company feel if they lost you? And I said, well, it would probably be very devastating because I'm at a place where I understand worth and they would definitely be losing somebody phenomenal. And so I'm excited about self worth next week because I think it's going to be very good as well. And so yeah, come with self worth topics, and we're going to honor ourselves with self worth next week. I love you guys. Thank you guys for showing up. I am excited to be on this journey. We will start week 4 next week. Don't forget your homework. Don't forget your journal. But I love you guys. Thank you for being here with me on TikTok and on YouTube. Again, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at I Honor Me. On YouTube, it's I Honor Me Now. My webpage is IHonorMe.store. I love you guys. Have a beautiful night. Take care.